'Cause I want you. You're supposed to go, ah.
I don't know that song.
You don't, holy.
What song is it?
It's Nelly. It's a Nelly song.
And I need you.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. Have you not heard that song?
No, I
okay,
have not,
yeah. That's literally it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Whoa.
Maybe. You do not make eye contact with me when you say that.
This is your first and final warning.
Yeah, exactly.
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
nice.
good to go.
Hell yeah.
We started without
Mountain
you.
Dew?
I just wanted the soda,
Oh,
bro.
diet. Okay. I was about to judge you, low-key.
Diet. Hell yeah.
Favorite soda, go.
Calories.
Favorite soda? Holy shit. I don't really... You know what? It's Mountain Dew Code Red.
Is it?
Yeah. And it's actually it's banned in Canada.
Y'all have a lot of stuff banned, right?
Yeah. There's different recipes. Have you seen the documentary Bigger, Faster, Stronger?
No, I've heard about it, though.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Is it Mike Bell did it? Anyway, he went to a supplement store in the States, or like a factory, and they have 2 different recipes, one for Canada, one for the States. Like, we have so much stuff banned up there, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like Ghost. Ghost has they have to change up their energy for the UK because they got banned. So like stuff that's allowed in America, they don't do up there.
Yeah, caffeine's the biggest thing.
Yeah, so the G Fuel caffeine, like the drinks that I get, have 300 milligrams of caffeine in it. But in order to sell in Canada, I think the cutoff's 160.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So that's
lower.
Another reason why it's like, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Don't you like, so y'all can't have like flavored alcohol or something?
No, we do. We've got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like what are they called? Seltzers or something like that. Is that like like,
seltzers.
Yeah,
What's
white claws and stuff.
What's the stereotype about? Are y'all nice people up there?
No.
No, that's not.
No,
that's the
it's
opposite.
not, no.
If
you watch like where I'm from, if you watch Trailer Park Boys, that's literally like where that's exactly what it's like where I'm at anyway. But if you go to a city, then it becomes like Toronto is. It's like a wannabe New York. No offense, but I don't really care if people are, but but it's true. It's 100% true.
Why do you think that? Why do you say that? Like it's the wannabe?
I don't know. I think they just try. Like I think Toronto just tries to be something it's not.
Yeah.
And they try to be too touristy. There's literally nothing to do there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and like the traffic sucks. There's a whole bunch of one ways. They just didn't think it through. They built up instead of wide.
Yeah.
So now you have all these people funneling into these buildings, and it's like, well, where are they gonna go? Like they have to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just basic. It's common sense. If you're gonna build up, you have to build around too.
Yeah.
But they just didn't, and
it's just small.
I do not drive in Toronto. I will get the train into Toronto for that exact reason.
Yeah.
So.
But it's not like it's not a big perimeter, is what you're saying.
Yeah, no. I mean, when I went to New York, I legitimately thought, I was like, this is like a Toronto, but it's more organized. But like New York's a grid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas Toronto is scattered.
I don't even know. Couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
Been there.
I've been to New York once, so I'm not really
Well, I
part of
just
this
like how they have
conversation.
everything, like like 5th Ave, 6th Ave. Like it's easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
More easy to navigate, get around.
And like everybody, there was a lot of people, but everybody was kind of moving with each other. Like it felt like, I was like, this is organized chaos, but it works. So I actually really enjoyed my time in New York. I liked it.
Oh, cool.
Hell yeah. So, you ever any plans on like kind of making the switch here?
Possibly. If I am going to do that, it's a toss up between Texas or Montana.
Why Montana?
I just really liked it when I went. It was so nice.
And what you been there for?
I got flown out by Jacqueline's Beef Jerky, and they let me stay. Yeah, they let me stay on a.
Very fitting.
Yeah, they let me stay on a private ranch, and then I got to go horseback riding in Glacier Park.
Nice.
And that was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I understand that Montana, like you go somewhere as a holiday, it's obviously not real, like it's not real life, but just how it was and the people, and I just liked it a lot. Texas, I have so many friends down there, so that's pretty much the only reason why for Texas.
That'd be a good reason.
Yeah, but like Montana, I don't know anybody there, so it would be like a full-on fresh start. Whereas at least in Texas, like I would have no issues fitting in, and like I've been there 4 times in the last year. Like I just enjoy it down there so much.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to Thinking with a Pump. Like we always start off with banter, and I'm like, dude, the audio only version is probably like, what's going on? Who we're talking to right here?
Yeah,
so
sir.
We're here with the survival expert, Uncle Dijon, aka Dillon Johnson.
Hell
Is
yeah.
that correct?
That is correct.
Survival goat.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But is that what you call yourself, survival expert?
No, it's what everybody calls me. I don't call myself anything. I'm not a narcissistic sociopath. You know what I mean? You know, it's just a nickname that was given to me. You know, which makes sense.
Right.
No, I totally call myself that. I put that in my bio. So, nobody calls me that.
To the listeners just listening to the audio, how would you describe your content?
It's unedited live footage of me fighting bears, lions, tigers. Stopped the sun exploding one time.
Shit.
Well, actually, it exploded.
That, by the way.
No problem. It actually exploded. But if the sun exploded in real life, you would have about 8 minutes before we were completely doomed. So
right, exactly.
Within the 8 minutes, I just built a new sun. Like, it's literally helium, nitrogen, and some other shit. Methane. Yeah, methane. So that's what it was. Yeah, I remember because I farted in this, like, chamber in NASA and just made another sun. It's like 3 elements, guys. Like, just make another sun, you idiot.
Thanks for keeping the lights on, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary shit.
Hell yeah. So, like, your content, you never really lose. Do you have any sort of weaknesses at all?
Again, like we were discussing this earlier, right? Where it's just women. Like, I cannot speak to women. Women terrify me. So,
I totally feel that.
Yeah. That's
Blondes, brunettes, any?
It doesn't matter. I mean, all 40 of my wives get on my nerves sometimes, but I just leave the room. It's not difficult.
Yeah, just walk out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, kind of like a king, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Walk out like my dad did when I was 2. You know, I learned from the best. So.
Hey, man. That's a role model,
so
bro.
dark.
That's what's up. But, yeah, you have a wild imagination. Where do these ideas even stem from?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, I'm supposed to be heavily medicated, and I just don't do that. I remember I did take, I tried Vyvanse, Adderall, and there was like sertraline or whatever it was called, and I just found that I couldn't be creative. It just turned me into like a drone, right? I'm just like straight-faced all the time, no emotions. There was nothing going on up here, which was kind of nice because it is nice to shut off sometimes, just think about nothing. But I literally would sit in a corner of a room and just stare at the corner for an hour, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, these things are evil, so I threw them out and cold turkeyed it, and that was like 3 days of shakes, and it was hell. But then I always have the mindset, like if you have to take pills and everything for like mental stability, each to their own, right? Like it hits people differently, affects things differently. But for me, I always said like pharmaceutical companies, they create customers. They don't cure patients, if that makes sense. You kind of have to look into yourself to figure out what works best for you. Like it's ups and downs, right? The creativity is amazing, but at the same time, I can't sleep at night. It just does not stop. And I remember watching an episode of Joe Rogan where Elon Musk said, I would never compare myself to Elon, but he did say like, Joe asked him, when does it stop? And Eli's like, it never stops. Like, it does not turn off. And I'm like, that is very relatable because it takes like, I'll go into bed, lay down. It's 11 o'clock at night, and I won't fall asleep till like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Right.
Even if I'm not looking at a screen, like, it's just constant.
Even with your eyes closed, you just be laying there, just like projector, you know, from your head.
Yeah, and that's how I've been ever since I was a kid. Like yeah. I've never been able to fall asleep quickly, ever.
Wow. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Last night I went to sleep.
You're very similar in that.
3.
That sense.
3:30, something like that.
Yeah, it sucks too. Especially you guys, you were here last night, were you? Yeah, if I sleep like tonight, I'll be the same thing, 3 or 4 probably. Just because if it's not my own bed either, like I'm a creature of comfort. I don't like leaving my house for very long. Yeah. For that exact reason. So yeah, hotel beds, I can't do it. It's like
I'm the same way. But yeah, you don't like to get away from home for too long. Have you been traveling a lot, huh?
Yeah, so whenever I leave, I try not to leave for more than 3 or 4 days at the most, which it does get a lot for traveling. I go back Friday, so that's a quick trip, but you know, it still allows me to experience stuff and whatever. So I just don't like to be away from home for too long. But you still got to experience. If you want to experience it, you still got to do it, right? So
yeah. So you'd be flying around solo, huh?
Yeah.
How do you like that?
It's nice. I like traveling by myself. I much prefer it. When I'm traveling with other people, it pisses me off. Yeah. So I'm very efficient when I travel.
Yeah,
like,
less distractions.
Yeah, a small bag with nothing in it barely. And then if I have to go to a check-in or a baggage claim, it pisses me off.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, and just in general, when you have to travel with someone else, it's like you got to worry about them. And like I quick walk, so I'll get... Like, I will get from A to B. Like, if I'm in the back of the plane, I'll still beat everybody to the check-in line for customs just because I'm still respectful. Like, I won't I won't let you know those guys that in the planes that they just grab their bag and peel to the front of the plane.
So annoying.
Yeah, I tripped a guy one time because he did that.
No shit.
I purposely stuck my leg out. And
did you actually?
Yeah, he ate shit. And he turned around. He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I'm just a big dude. Like, my foot. I wasn't thinking. I just don't fit in airplanes." And then he told me, he's like, "My mother is sick in the hospital. I've flown all the way from Nigeria. I'm giving." Oh, then I felt a little bad, but then at the same time, I'm like,
a little bad.
Yeah. Then at the same time, like, well, just tell your mom not to do that.
Yeah.
Like, just stop being sick. Like, what's wrong with you, dog?
You're
like,
right.
Pretty simple.
Chances are you probably lied about that too. Anyway.
Yeah.
Trying to make you feel bad. He probably made that shit up.
Yeah.
No one's gonna tell me I have my headphones on.
Dude, you've been having them on, bro.
I thought that was just part of your look. I thought you were going for the edgy look.
At this point, it's an accessory. I just forget it's there sometimes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like I'll forget when I put them on my head, like with my hat on. Yeah. I just forget they're there.
And then you're looking for them.
I'll be looking all over for it.
And then you go like this, like, where are they? Oh, fuck.
How embarrassing.
Yeah, when I was doing a lot of GYMBRO videos, I used to walk in everywhere with my headphones on. Total accident, like Target, shit like that. My headphones, I'm like, damn. Am I still in character? I feel like a douchebag.
Yeah, might as well ride it. I'm on this train. Might as well ride it out.
Yeah.
Go to the butcher's counter. Give me your steaks, bro. I gotta get my protein. Yeah. Cut the fat off it too. I'm doing a deficit.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good impression. You could be a good GYMBRO.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yo, could you get that slither of fat off the side of my steak?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna tip you. This is your job.
Yeah. Like, what's wrong with you, man?
Yeah.
You get these biceps by being nice. Like,
yeah, you're good at that.
Yeah. I watched a lot of in college. Dom Mazzetti.
Yes.
Bro Science.
OG.
Yeah, I love that guy. I like his content. I've never met him. Yeah, just going through college and everything. I just like watching his skits. Him and it was 2012 when I started lifting, and doing looking for motivation, and I just came across one of his videos and I just thought they were hilarious. Yeah. But motivation wise, like Ziz, like I don't know if you know
Ziz.
Yeah. So he passed away in 2011. So like his stuff was obviously when people pass away and they were like a public figure, their audience grows like times 10, right?
Right. Yep.
So he was everywhere at the time because he just passed away a few months before I discovered him. And him and his brother, that was like another motivation thing. Yeah, but between them and even Jeff Side, when he was like 17.
17. And
yeah, I think he's the same age as me.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's why it lined up really well. Like I saw that guy, I was like, oh damn, so like that's cool. Obviously, I'm not dumb. Like I understand I'll never be able to achieve that physique. Like I just don't have the discipline or the whatever to do it.
Okay,
yeah. So I don't I've never wanted to be like a bodybuilder. I just wanted to not be skinny.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the shtick
I think you succeeded, man. You look
Thank
good.
You. Thank you.
Thick.
In
the right ways.
Yeah, my hotel room is no. I haven't even got my room yet. I haven't even signed in yet.
Yeah, no, his luggage is right to the right of him. So that big iPad, which you edit on too.
No, it's film it on, but it's live footage.
Right, that's right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Not even close.
You've already. Kid, huh?
Yeah.
You eat every meal watching
YouTube
videos?
My Cocomelon. Yeah.
Cocomelon.
Yeah,
I love that shit.
I love this.
Dude, picking out of his fruit bowls. Like,
let's go, JJ. What are you doing now?
Yeah, that's funny as shit. Yo, so like a lot of your content you do, I feel like you don't speak in it. No? Oh, you do. You use your voice, but I don't know. Like I feel like between the sets, you're a funny guy.
Thank you.
Have you thought about fighting different things, or maybe not fighting different things, maybe just
trying something new?
Trying something different, maybe not. Yeah, maybe just
I'm
keep
doing
the claws off.
July 13th in Toronto. I'm doing a stand-up.
Nice.
No shit.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah,
no
so
shit.
it's all booked up. The venue's ready. I'm doing it with a comedian friend, Andrew Packer. He's a Canadian guy as well. And the premise is I'm gonna be every town that we go to, it's gonna be specifically niched to that town. So like Toronto's the first one. Somebody like How to Survive Toronto, and I'm gonna have it on a board behind me. I got a clicker, so I'm gonna make the video for it and kind of do it live, but still have the images, and then me narrate it live, but then like work off the audience as well, and just kind of see, and we're gonna see how it goes. And if it goes well, then we're gonna take it out west and eventually, hopefully, start touring the States. So,
hell yeah!
Because he already tours the States. Just I can't do that because I need a proper permit to do it. Yeah. It's really expensive, so it has to be worth it for me to get that permit in order to come start touring the States.
Right. The tour in the States, you need a permit, or you need a permit to
work visa.
Like, I need it's a work visa. But for that entertainment one, like I can get it because it's classified as like a special thing, right? Like it's not like I'm coming here to work somewhere that someone who is already here can do it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not really an expert on that. For right now, I just kind of stay in my own lane. But it's growth, right? Like you want to grow constantly. I understand I can't do this forever. You just can't, right? So you can only take it so far before you have to take that next step. And I feel like that's going to be one of the next steps. So.
Comedy, stand-up comedy, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I would like to dabble in it one day.
Yeah.
Are you have you ever done anything in front of like a live audience?
No. I mean, I've never had the fear all through school. Like I wasn't popular by any way, shape, or form, but I never had a fear of presenting in front of class, or I don't have a fear of going on stage and whatever.
I
so
sense that in you.
Yeah. So it's not like I'll get nervous over dumb things, which I shouldn't be nervous at. The most nervous thing I ever had where I felt like genuine anxiety where I threw up was right before my first ever boxing match. Like I was in the toilet like, oh my gosh, like
before the match?
Yeah, before the match.
Damn,
yeah. It's just nerves. It's just nerves, right? And it's not because it was at the Golden Gloves in Toronto, and it just like seeing all the people, it's just overwhelming. Like there's so many people there, and then you're looking at this guy who's like he wants to kill you, and you're like, man, like I'm trying. It's a sport, and like the guy was literally looking at me like this, like going like that. He looked like he did a line of Steege before he got in there. I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? But yeah, that was the most I've ever been nervous. But and then like after that, every fight after that was better and better. Yeah. But yeah, that first there, that's probably the most nervous I've ever been, which is understandable. He's a big dude as well. Because I was fighting in heavyweight, so when you have like a 210-pound guy going at like this, like ripped, you're like, no, wait. Yeah. But then like I forget too because I'm in the same weight category. But keep in mind, like I said, because I was so skinny as a kid, I'll see someone who's big. Like I still to this day don't comprehend. And then I'll see myself in a photo next to someone. I'm like, what? Like, that doesn't make sense. And when I saw myself in the photo after the fight, when we're hugging each other after the fight was over, he ended up being a really nice guy. I think he was just it was his first fight too, so he was just amping himself. And I was going to hug, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I looked at the guy's arms, and I'm like, this guy's going to kill me. My arms were bigger, and I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
And I was this much taller than him too. So that's why I sat there and I was like, oh damn, I should probably have more confidence in myself.
That's what it is though. Yeah.
So because it was almost like he was overcompensating, right? Trying to, and it worked.
Well, that's
it made me
Though.
puke.
Big part of fighting is the mental game too.
Yeah, 100%.
Getting them all discouraged and scaring them, like that's all part of it. In the ring, outside the ring, that's what the press conference and
that's what Tyson, like Prime Tyson, even said. He's like, it's like I won those fights before the guy even stepped in the ring. He knew, right? Yeah. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
How many fights you had?
Oh, I only had 2. Gotcha. I just had 2, and I didn't do too well in them. The first one I gassed. It was like, but my coach did say, he's like, your cardio's not bad. He said like that happens all the time for your first like 10 fights. Is people don't realize how much adrenaline is exhausting. Like you don't understand when your heart's doing this, you could be sitting still, but your body will get exhausted. Yeah. And I still think like there was a bit of a controversy because in amateur boxing, if you break the opponent's nose, at least in the Ontario boxing one, you're supposed to stop. Like I was supposed to get a TKO, and because I had the guy's nose gushing because like he came over like I'm a southpaw, he threw a jab and I ducked underneath it and I threw a straight left like right down the middle and it just I felt the crunch, and and then you just see like he's gushing right, and I'm looking at my coach. My coach is like, "What are you doing, ref? Look at his nose." And like the doctor came over, looked at it, they wiggled it, he's like, ow, and they just kept letting him fight. And it got to the 3rd round, and he like I'll give it to him, he was just nonstop at me. And I'm literally like ducking, I'm trying, I'm throwing jabs, and it just exhausted me, and I couldn't keep my hands up. he never knocked me. Like, he didn't hit me good. I don't remember getting dazed. The second fight, I got dazed. Yeah. But that first fight, I don't remember nothing. I just remember being like, and then the referee's like, no. And I'm like, what? Like,
I called the fight on, like, you just
for me, not
yourself.
I couldn't. Yeah, but he wasn't even fight. The ref just saw my arms down. He said, get your hands up. Yeah. Get your hands. Amateur is a lot different than pro. A lot different. Like, if you get hits, if you get cranked really good, the ref will be like, okay, stop. And they'll go 1, 2, even if you don't go down. Oh. Like, they gauge. And then if you get cranked, I think 3 times in one round, they'll stop the match.
Wow.
And you just have the headgear on and everything. I think they just get so worried because amateurs mostly younger people, right? And you're still developing till you're like 25. I mean, men are, right? Just your brain. So I think they worry about CTE and all the other stuff developing early. So
that's fair,
yeah, I think it's fair. Like, amateur is meant to hone your skills, so that when you get to pro and you can take your headgear off and the gloves get lighter, I think that it's
a different record too. It's not even like your amateur record would go on your pro record.
Yeah, 100%.
It starts all over.
Like, because like Lomachenko had like 130 fights in amateur. And then you look at his pro record, and I don't know how many he has on it. I think it's like 20 or something like that. I could be completely wrong, but you're right. It doesn't count.
Yeah, I don't think it's
towards it,
which is good. You know, for that reason.
The last thing you want to hear is I forget it's Usyk or I think I'm saying it right. His amateur record, the one that just beat Tyson Fury, his record. If they did, imagine you're hearing like the amateur record included. It's like, and with 138 wins and 2 losses, you'd be like, wait. So
that's a lot of fights in general, bro.
That's crazy.
To step in the ring 130 times.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta imagine though. Most of it was when they're like really young, and kids can't. When you're 6, like you're not
that's
causing
true,
CTE, right? Especially with the gloves and the headgear, you're not. And then you can fight like 20 times a year. So you can get most of that when you're in your adolescence, right? Yeah. It's when you get older, and the referees in amateur boxing, especially, all of them talk to me and they're like, we hate refereeing amateur heavyweight because you guys just try to kill each other. There's no skill. It's just
haymakers.
Slugfest, like Deontay Wilder just swinging, but like it works because you're so heavy. Whereas you watch the lighter fighters, like middleweight and whatever, it's more technical and it's much more enjoyable to watch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But,
that totally makes sense.
You ever think about getting back in the ring?
The only way I would do it is possibly for an influencer fight. Well, I'm not gonna specifically go back and just do amateur.
Okay, we'll call somebody out.
Yeah, who do you want to fight?
Oh gosh, well, Bradley Martin, Liver King. They can be in the same night as well. I don't really give a shit.
He's 260, brother. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, well, it's the same size as my nuts, so I'm not too worried about it. But who else? Ricky Buick or whatever his name is. That, like, the Ricky. He's very small and in the wheelchair.
The handicap one?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. I love Ricky.
Have you talked to him before?
No. I just like his content. I think he's great. I mean, obviously, Johnny Eblin, the Bellator middleweight champion. Oh, yeah. I'd smack the piss at him all day, every day.
He looks right at the camera.
Like, Johnny, I would. And he's ducking me, right? So he's staying at the 185 because he doesn't want to come up to my weight because he knows I'll take that title off him, right? So yeah.
That'd be a dangerous move for him. I don't think.
Yeah, 100%.
That's dope. So,
Johnny, please don't snap my neck like a pencil.
Sounds like you have a lot more confidence now.
Yeah, exactly. This camera. No, I love Johnny Eblin. Him and Dalton Rasta. They're 2 Bellator fighters. I love those guys. They're amazing people. So Dalton's been to my house.
Nice.
And,
cool.
So,
dope. Yeah, you got some pretty cool friends. You guys seen you did a collab post with Homelander, Anthony Starr.
Yeah. I love him, man. He is super cool. What's up with that? He just likes my content, and obviously I think he's a great person, talking to him and whatever, and like, I don't know him like super intimately, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But every interaction I've ever had with him has been positive. And there will be one day I will meet up with him one day for sure.
You have to.
Yeah, because
that'd be so sick.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Did you like watching The Boys?
Yeah, you know what? For me, I've struggled to watch TV shows. Like, I find like I don't have a lot of time, and if I do, it's on in the background. But then I don't give it enough credit because I don't sit down and like
really
fully
see what it is.
Go
really
into
engage.
it. So I mean, I'll have it on. Like, I'll enjoy it. You know what I mean? But I can't say like in depth. Am like committed, You know, I think the last show that I was like that with was Vikings. Yeah. But that was before I did content and I could actually sit down and enjoy it. Because I'm at the point now where if I sit there and don't do something creative for more than an hour, I start to feel like I'm a failure.
Yep.
And I'll be like, no, this isn't good enough. I can't be fucking around scrolling on Instagram Reels. This is dumb. Like, I'll just like, I got to create something. So I just think it's a productivity type thing.
Yeah. So. Just getting your head about it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys probably get it. It's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, we talk about consistency, but you post daily, right?
Yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I kind of admitting it's the first step. You know, what I mean, I understand in a way it's an addiction at this point. Like if I don't post or I know that I might miss a window on posting, I genuinely get depressed, and I know that's so toxic. It's not healthy at all. Because if all of this goes tits up and I lose everything, I don't know what the hell. Like, obviously, I have a degree in environmental science, and I have the concrete work and the bricklaying and all that. But for the most part, I think I would just lose it. I think it would be a really rough period in my life. So
crash out.
Yeah, but that's the other thing too. Like, I can't see it happening, and I have a lot of friends that I've met in this industry and everything. They've all said, like, dude, even if it does, like, you'll have marketing jobs for these companies. You'll have this, like, easily people will pick you up because you figured out the algorithms, you figured out how they work, and you do it very well. So that helps when I hear that.
I don't think there's anything that can stop you. If you already have this, like, mindset and, like, obviously you want to be able to get around, like, feeling depressed if you don't post one day.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like with your brain, the creativity, it's endless, bro. Like, what's going to stop you? You're just going to move on to something else eventually. You'll figure it out. You don't know what it is yet, but
exactly.
Get too creative, bro.
I think it's also, I don't know, it's weird. I get scared that I get it to this point where it's, I'm not posting today. Oh no, I get scared to go on holidays. I cannot go on a holiday. Even the last time I went on a holiday, I did like a camping trip out in the woods, and I still posted. I still made the content in the cabin at camp. Like, I just can't. I can't stop. Like, I was in the woods. I would drive out to the end of the campgrounds to get reception just to post it. Like, it's not good. I know it's not good.
No, I've been there where, like, if I really, like, especially if I planned and I was anticipating posting all day, and then it gets to the point where, like, something in a way where there's Wi-Fi or, like, something stupid, like I'm just distracted and I need to focus on whatever's in front of me. Yeah, it stresses me out. Like, I'm definitely 100%. Not happy about it. Like, I'd love to be active. You know, I'm not posting every day, but I'm posting pretty frequently, at least somewhere, at some platform, at least somewhere. Yeah. And I totally get that. Not to your extent, but
Well, I mean, I think
it's relatable though.
Yeah,
like,
but
you're not weird for that.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Everybody kind of, like, when you say, like, not on your level, I think everybody's personal bubble is unique to themselves, right? And I say that all the time with, especially, like, teenagers and kids. I really hate it when parents will say, I'll never say, like, if I ever end up having kids, I'll never say to them, like, you know, you don't get it because you're a kid. You know what I mean? Like, when you're older, you understand this is no big deal. What you got to understand is, like, their world is this big. You know what I mean? Our world's this big, but to them, this is still this. So if they're going through some shit and all they have to worry about is high school, and they're going through something and that's all they know and that's their biggest stress, it's going to feel as if our whole life was being torn apart. So, and I think a lot of people forget that. So, like, obviously, like, you would never be able to know how I feel about my stress, and I would never be able to know, like, fully understand your stress. I think people can compare in a way, but don't beat yourself. Like, don't say, like, dude, like, you are, like, your shit is your shit. You know what I mean? That's right. So as long as it's not unhealthy. Yeah. Like, I know mine's unhealthy, but, like, that's just my 2 cents on that.
Yeah. Right. I was the same way for a while. I was posting daily, and then it just became too much, super stressful, and so I space it out now. Go for quality over quantity. Yeah. Because I started posting stuff that I was like, that's not even good. It was like filler. It's like, you know, I knew it wasn't my best, and I wasn't even excited to post it. I was just like, I'm gonna put it out there just so I have something out there.
Yeah, I hate when it's like that. When I like make a piece of content and I'm like not even excited about posting. It's like, why am I even doing? What am I doing? That's what I mean. It's all supposed to be about like what you want to post and like what you want to create, and then sometimes you find yourself just trying to do it just to get it done.
Yeah, it's not. And you're
just like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it's no good.
Yeah, I like being like, yo, this video is gonna bang and get excited about it, whether it bangs or not. Like, I just like being excited to have other people see like what I find funny or think.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, that's like people see through it too. Like they'll pick up on it. They'll know when it's shit and when it's filler.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've probably deleted more videos than I've posted. 100%.
Shit.
Yeah. When I first started TikTok, I was doing 3 times a day.
Damn.
And that was. I mean, it wasn't the same content that I post now. I'd never be able to do that. That's way too much. It was just dumb skits, right? I didn't really take content seriously. I know this sounds so dumb, but I didn't take it seriously until I hit about 1 million followers on TikTok, and then I was like, oh, maybe I can turn this into a business. So, yeah, I think originally I was posting a lot, and then now down to 1 a day seems fine, and I still have never, like you were saying, I don't think I've ever posted something and go, oh, that's a bit shit. Like, I'm my worst enemy. I'm so critical of myself.
Yeah.
I will not post it if I think it's shit. So, and I've been to situations where, like I said, I always try to stay a day ahead. So if I make something, I'm like, actually, this is shit. I still have that one that I'm like, this is going to crush.
Yeah.
So there's always one of those just waiting, right?
Yep.
But
sometimes it's the way she goes.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have a pretty big following. What you have, like a combined 6-7 million followers?
I don't think it's quite that. I think it's like 5.6. I think it's around there.
Gotcha. Oh, I just wanted to bring it up. So you have a lot of eyes on you. You ever had do you have people coming up to you, noticing you?
Not so much. It's getting bit more in my local town just because I'm partnering with a bunch of local companies and teams and everything. So I'm a little bit more local. But it happens a lot in the States, in Texas. Like I said, I told you that story where some guy sent me a picture of myself at Charlotte Airport. Like, hey, man, saw you on that airport.
He needed to prove that he saw you.
Yeah, I was like,
If you just told me that, you know, a picture of me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always one, like, if someone comes up to me, and it doesn't matter what I'm doing, you know, I can't think of a situation where I would ever tell somebody to piss off unless I'm at, like, my mom's funeral, and someone's like, the funeral director's like, I love your video. I was like, my mother. Yeah. This guy get a picture, his mom's in the background, and I'm like tears. Like,
smile, mom.
Put a filter on her so she's smiling.
That's wild.
Yeah. But, yeah, I would never turn anybody away because I do understand, and like you guys probably know this as well, you know, it would never be in this position if it wasn't for people like that who support. And
yes.
And again, I've always said this to people. I try to be very active in my DMs as well. If I see a positive message, somebody saying, hey, I love your stuff, or my son loves your stuff, or whatever, I'll always try to respond just because, like, again, I know how lucky I am to be in this position. And I know there was a lot on my part where it's like precision maneuvering where I could get to this spot and like have the drive. And I do tell people, like, not everybody can do it. That is my least favorite thing, is when someone says to you, like, you can do this, you can follow your dreams, like, you can do it. There's so much stuff that we have limitations that I don't think people are realistic. And I think that causes like a depression in some people. Like, you want to be a singer and you're shit at singing. Like, anybody can kind of train to be a singer, but there's genetics involved. It's like bodybuilding. Yeah. There's 100% genetics involved.
Well, that's why they tell you to, like, go figure out what you're good at. Like, you know what I mean? Like, find what you're good at and try to, like, you know, obviously enjoy it. You know, I'm assuming you would enjoy what you're good at, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, target your focus there.
Yeah, exactly.
And be the best at that, or, like, at least be the best version of yourself at what you do.
Exactly.
That'll be your thing.
Yeah, exactly. And again, like, there's certain stuff that don't have limitations and whatever that you can do, but I like to say to people, they don't really understand it. I will 100% say this is a million times easier than my construction job. Million times easier. Right. I know there's a lot of people that would argue and say, no, this is harder because of, like, you're your own boss, and then you got to learn about taxes, and then you got to create, you got to edit. Dude, I'm sitting on my couch with The Walking Dead in the background. I'm not getting up at 5 and hauling bricks up hills. Like, I'm sorry. It's so much easier. But it's more mental. It's harder mentally, in my opinion.
That's what I like to say. It's definitely easier, but more stressful, in my opinion.
Yeah, but but this is what a lot of people overlook. I think it's a good stress because it's your own stress. If I'm sick, I don't have to be like, oh, fuck, I got to phone my boss. Like, you get that anxiety of, like, hey, man, I can't make it in today. And then you're letting your team down on the building site, and they have to pick up your slack. There's none of that. So it's more stressful, yes, but it's your stress. And that's on you. Like if you fuck up, that's on you.
Right.
You're not letting anybody else down.
You're gonna get yelled at by somebody.
Exactly. So that's why I always said like this is easier. And even if it is more stressful, it's easier stress. And that's my opinion though, right? Like you can, like we were just discussing earlier, it could hit you differently. You know what I mean? So.
No, that's a great point.
Construction too. It's a lot more mindless, especially when you know what job you're already at. You're kind of just finishing up what you're doing yesterday. You can kind of just go into it. You're going through the motions, but yeah, you get a delivery and you gotta like haul shit up, be up at 5, listen to someone yell at you. Yeah, you know that's a tough. You know that's tough shit.
Yeah, because we talk about it a good bit. We both started off blue collar, and it was like if we never started posting, we would still be there. So like, what got you to like start posting? Because you said it wasn't until 1 million until you were like, oh, this is serious.
So we working at the same time?
Yeah. So I was I was making videos when I was supposed to be working in my office at a concrete plant. And the only reason why I sat there and I thought, you know what, at the end of the day, my mindset has always been people tell me, hey, Dillon, you know, you're a really good worker. Like, you're phenomenal. Like, everybody loves you here. Like, you keep up the mood. You're so positive. You put in so much effort. You go that extra mile, and that's awesome. And I'm like, well, that's who's benefiting from that? Not me. I'm not getting paid any more than the people who are lazy. True. And I'm like, why am I working my ass off going the extra mile for someone else's company? Like, why not do it for myself? If I have the skills, fuck it, do it for myself. Yeah. And then it's a lot of self-research, you know, like figure out how to do business and whatever. And then you sit there and you reach a tipping point where it's like, I'm doing something kind of scummy, but it's like a little evil for the greater good. Because at the end of the day, it's not like production didn't go down. It was just more cleaning. Like, it was a little bit of a mess when I left, but like concrete everywhere and like dirt and stuff. But it took them 3 days to clean. That was it. And that was like a year of me posting the videos and doing them when I'd be batching the concrete on the computer with one hand, and as soon as the batch went down, I'd start making the videos on my phone, and it's just repeat of that process. So yeah, it was that initial thought, the click of why am I working so hard for someone else when I can be doing it for myself, and then it was just other people telling me like, hey, you're funny, you should start posting stuff on the internet. Yeah. And then there was also, when I was in high school, the want to do YouTube. Like Ray William Johnson was like my biggest.
Equals 3?
Yeah, equals 3. It's my biggest motivator for that. So I've been watching Ray since like 2007. Like I was 12 years old watching Ray, and I was like, that's sick. That, and then when KSI, I don't want to sound like a stan, right? But I was subscribed to KSI when he had 75K. And he was making like FIFA videos, because I love FIFA, and he was making FIFA videos, like FIFA funnies and stuff, and I just loved his energy. I love what he said. Now he's probably like, he's playing a character. I know he is. He does some stuff now. I'm like, JJ, that's cringy as shit. Like, don't do that. Like, come on, JJ. Like, it hurts a little bit when you grow up watching someone that's a certain way, and then they change, but like deep down, you know, it's like, I don't think they're actually like that. I think he's just doing this for entertainment, and at the same time, you do have to mix it up, and I get it. And I would never, like, I know he had a falling out with his brother for a little bit, but that's their shit. I don't know what's real, what's not. You know what I mean? All I know is like, he was one of my main motivators too, because again, I think he's only a year or two older than me, so that was another reason why it's like, oh shit, like. And if you saw what he looked like when he had 75,000 subscribers, it's just like skinny little nerd kid with glasses and like gaps in his teeth, and but that was so relatable to me, right? Because I was like, oh my gosh, like, he's a loser. I'm a loser. Like, this is sick. And then watching him grow to be like one of the coolest motherfuckers to walk the planet, and you're like, nice. Like, that is possible then. Right.
Yeah, I get a lot of inspiration from like seeing people do it.
Yeah.
Like, do something similar to like maybe the direction I want to go, and I'm like, dude, it's possible.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I see it, I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, that's good. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, good. All right, I can get there.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're doing it, I can do it.
Well, even JJ said that. He was like, look, I'm just some twat. Like, if I can do it, you can do it, and that I definitely agree with. But back to what we're saying, if you're good at it, and if you have a passion for it.
Yeah, your niche, I'm saying. Yeah. Like, you know, you're usually going to be watching someone you're interested in. If you're interested in the person, you probably have similar, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, similar goals. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not saying, like, I'm not going to try to go. Again,
start your own prime.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to be the best. I'm not going to try to, play violin. Like, I'm going to fucking suck.
Yeah.
You know, I know what I'm not good at, so I'm not going to waste my time trying to be good at something that's going to take me, you know, half my life.
That's why I don't speak to women.
Yeah.
Terrible at it. So why even try?
Yeah.
Just they say hi to me and I just throw up and run away. Like, it's just I've done it my whole life. Why change?
Come on, man. Your DM's got to be flooded.
No, it's actually not. It's mostly just dudes asking for me to start OnlyFans.
Yeah. Damn,
Right.
Yeah, and I'm like, I honestly, like, the amount that it happens, I'm like, I would be a millionaire if I did it. Like,
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. All it is you make that account, you start posting, you probably make a fuck ton of money in that first month.
I say that so much. If
It's
I
like
was start
crazy.
one, I think I would make at least 50 grand first day.
yeah,
First day?
First day.
yeah. No, same here.
If I hyped it up.
You'd have to really
If I
promote it.
you know.
I mean, like, I would
led
just,
up to it.
I would do a picture, just blur out, but it's like slithering on the floor.
Yes. See, you can get creative with your
Yeah,
content.
exactly.
Just gotta
I
make it
actually,
funny.
I've debated it for a long time, getting an OnlyFans just to be an absolute, like, just troll ass account, right? And I still think it would do well if I charge like $5 a month, and just have people, and I'll just make these photos that are like explicit photos, but it's clearly like wild. But yeah, I think that would be funny. I don't know. I just kind of struggle to support that sort of industry. Like, that's not really. I mean, I get OnlyFans. I'm not so with. It's the industry. I can't stand it, and that's just like watching documentaries on it and get fucked over. And like Mia Khalifa only got like, I think she only got like 10 grand, and her videos are billions. Like, because they just
billions of views.
no dollars.
They're worth billions of dollars.
No, like, I think she said, I watched an interview with her. I mean, obviously, I can't fact check this. I mean, it's just what she said. I think she only made like 10 grand, and her videos made the company like billions.
10 grand total.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, because they took advantage of, like, and that's the thing. Like, you look at this industry, and it's crazy because, like, watching these documentaries, they'll come in like, oh yeah, you want to be a model? Okay, we'll do this photo shoot. Oh, by the way, hey, like, if you get naked, then like we'll push your stuff ahead of everyone else. And it's like, and once they're naked, they're like, oh, they try and push a little more. Or, hey, like, what if we have a guy come in and then no, seriously. Yeah. And then half the time you're watching.
You're saying you watch documentaries and shit on.
Yeah, and then half the time you're watching it's like that is a trafficked woman right there, and you don't even realize it. Like, they have been manipulated into doing this, and like, I ruined for everybody, by the way. Like, you'll never watch it ever again after this. Like, but and again, like, the drugs they get addicted to, they make them take drugs. Like, they get railed for so long that they have to take drugs to numb it, and then they go to like harder stuff because it's not enough, and then they just get depressed, and then it is one of the most dark, like, the darkest documentary ever. And at the end of the day, it's like, that's someone's daughter too, man. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I've always been the mindset of treat women kind of how you would want your daughter to be treated by a guy.
Absolutely.
And that's why I just have beef with the industry. So I want to box the CEO of
I was waiting for you to like name drop a company.
I don't know who you are.
Reveal yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I just think, I struggle to support that. But I think OF's a bit different just because it's, then you know, if it's a person who's running their own account and it's their own like social thing, unless if you get someone who's like managing them, then yeah, you get into that trouble. But
like a cult.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, subscribe to my OnlyFans.
The best promotion.
Took a turn.
Yeah.
But, sorry, I go off on these like rants. Just my brain. Sorry.
No, we love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're here in Connecticut currently at PFL. We're about to go to the weigh-ins after this. How long you been? You've worked with PFL before, right? PFL is Professional Fight League, by the way.
Yeah, I've worked with them for about a year now, and they're one of my favorite clients to work with. I absolutely love them. So
yeah, so that's what I kind of wanted to ask you. I seen you told us you worked with Jack Links. What's your favorite company you worked with?
My favorite company I've ever worked with?
Yeah, what was like a cool experience?
Well, experience-wise, that Jack Links thing is definitely cool. Being in MSG for the PFL, that was really, really cool. Yeah. Getting to film inside of the cage as well, like that was very important to me. It's probably a draw between those two experiences, but my favorite like company to work with is probably a tie between G Fuel and PFL because they just treat me so good. Like they're so communicative. I hate chasing people for money. I mean, my agency does that, but like when you have to constantly be like, hey, you haven't paid this in this long, and it's like months and months and months. Like, it's not Ubisoft's fault because it was done through a third party. But I did a video for like Skull and Bones, right? And it took contractually, it was 60 days they were supposed to pay. It took half a year. So but that's just how it is sometimes, especially if you go through third party. And the only reason why I took that job is because like, Ubisoft's my favorite gaming company. I absolutely love it because they did like the Tom Clancy ones, like the Ghost Recons. They did the Assassin's Creed, right? They did the For Honor, and like I love that shit. So I don't typically. That's the only ones I'm really contracted with, but I just enjoy it so much. I always say to them, "Hey, that contract renewal's coming up. I know you're not going to drop me because I'll fucking ruin your whole company. I'll show up and destroy your venue. I will enter in the PFL regular season and eviscerate your fighters. I will purpose."
You're good at that.
Yeah. I always make that threat to Andrew all the time. And I was like, don't make me sign up for heavyweight because you guys are like Francis Ngannou. I was like, I'm telling you right now, I will suplex Francis. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Francis, please don't snap my neck like a pencil.
That man really could.
Yeah, I know, right? When I saw him uppercut Overeem, I was like, huh.
Yeah, and he like his fucking lifted off the ground. Yeah.
Overeem's back of his head touched his asshole on that uppercut. Like, holy shit. Yeah. Like a lawn chair. But, yeah.
He's a big boy, too.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Folded like that.
Yeah. You have any, you said you had another video plan that you're making while you're here? Because you already did one for PFL, correct?
Yeah, I did one. I did one for this event. Now, like this other video is just kind of like I'm here, I might as well kind of do something. So, I'm just gonna do it in the crowd there, and probably get kicked out.
In the crowd. So how does that work? Because you use a tripod and an iPad only, correct?
Yeah.
So what you gonna do? Set that up and
just set that up. Just do my thing.
You record it on the iPad?
Yep. Everything's done on the iPad.
Camera's pretty good on that.
Yep.
You use a mic?
Yeah, I got a Rode like the little square guys, the clip.
And that works on the iPad?
Yeah. So I use a USB-C cable to hook up to the Rode and then hook it up into the bottom of the thing. Just hit record and boom, you're good. You got your Rode mic.
Yeah, I knew you could do it. I just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's not compatible with some iPads, but that's the newest generation, so it does work with it. So.
You keep up to date with the newest.
Yeah, I
iPads.
do, definitely.
Big iPad guy, huh?
Yeah, this is actually the first iPad I've ever owned.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I used to all do it on my iPhone. Every video before the summer of last year was all done on my iPhone.
Interesting.
Shit. Yeah, and like there were ones there like the Gorilla one that got 55 million on Instagram. That was done all on an iPhone. So it's possible. Don't make excuses. Yeah. Oh, my camera equipment's not good enough. I can't be cool. Yes, you can.
Yeah. I can't afford a camera. You got an iPhone.
Yeah, you get an
iPhone.
Yeah, exactly.
My videos are recorded on my iPhone.
Exactly. So I think that's another thing too, is people think they're so limited, and that's what you got to understand when you first start. Not a single person that is successful today posting videos is going to look at their first ever video and go, that's good.
Yeah.
It's shit.
So true.
Your first videos are garbage, but that's okay because people who follow you from those videos love watching growth. And that's what gives you your organic audience, right? Yeah. And those are the people you give a shit about the most because they've been there since day one. And organic audience is much, much more beneficial for engagement, for everything. So, yeah, just post. If you want to do it, just post, see where it goes, right?
Exactly.
I didn't start making these types of videos. I just did comedy sketches.
Yeah.
Like the people picked this for me.
Yeah.
And I just so happened to enjoy it.
Exactly.
So I don't know if you know, like, what does he call himself? Casual Geographic. As Madonna, I think his name is. I was probably butchering his name. He does. He does like the reviews of the animals, but he does it in. I think he used to call it like Ghetto Safari or something.
Ghetto Safari.
But he makes videos explaining animal stuff, and he just loves animals. But before that, his content was nothing to do with animals. It was just random differentness. Yeah. And then he tried it once, and then that became his shtick. And now, like, boom, 13 million on TikTok. Like, it's And that's how it is. Nobody normally starts off doing what they end up doing.
That's true.
But you have to get your foot in the door. That's the only way to do it. That's with anything in life.
That's what I say. Just post and see what works. Because eventually something's going to pop off and then you could run with it.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people go like, oh, I've been posting for a year. Okay, well, it sucks. Like, I'm sorry. If you're not seeing any growth within a year, it's shit. Like, and people are not critical enough of themselves when it comes to this. Is you cannot be posting stuff that is garbage and expect people to just suddenly like it. It does not work like that. You have to change.
Yeah, some people think that maybe like I haven't been seen yet. Like, yo, like nowadays, like it's gonna push you. You would have been seen by now after a year of posting the same style of content. Like maybe I think that's really what probably gets fogs their mind, where it's like, oh, I just think I'm not getting enough recognition.
Yeah,
like maybe that one video will pop off. Like no, like you really gotta like kind of just bounce around, try different things, and like listen to the feedback too, like what people like.
Yeah,
like, if you end up posting it, you probably ended up like it's something you're obviously interested in. Yeah. So you just kind of go from there. Like, oh, this video, people obviously you get feedback. You have like your first 5 comments, and then you're like, oh shit, like let me work off of that. Yeah,
100%. Like I was saying this. I was on another podcast literally 2 days ago, and I was saying the same thing where it's like. You have to play off your audience when you post things, and you get that first video that does decently well. Don't stop doing that then. Like if it's done decently well, it's for a reason, but don't repost. Like I've reposted technically a few videos that have gone viral, and I just like people send me, hey, well, how would you deal with this situation? I was like, I posted that a year ago. It got 20 million. Like. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll just post it again. But I won't just hit repost. I'll remake it, and I'll make it better. And then I'll post it again. Right. And different style, different whatever. So, and then that way the people that did see it, it's like a nostalgia thing for them. Yeah. And it's like, oh, but it's different. So they won't just scroll. Yep. And then the people that haven't seen it yet are like, that's sick. So then you can still squeeze it a little bit more.
Yep. So I totally relate to that.
I've done that before because I used to do skits just on my iPhone, like with the face camera, and it was so blurry and awful. Like you said, like our first videos were not good. Yeah. And so I had some good ideas back then. I just didn't know how to deliver it. I didn't know comedic timing. I didn't have good lines. It wasn't that funny. But I'll redo it. Funny. And then I'm joking, man. That's good. Yeah. But no, I look like one I did not too long ago. It was like an idea I did like 2 years ago, and somebody commented it was like real one seen the original. I was
That's your favorite. Damn. That's your favorite.
It's like people really been following me for that long.
Yeah, that's cool when that happens. Yeah. I like that because I'll get them every so often too, or I'll be like, real ones know where this came from. Like when I did the first ever like major viral video I did. It was I dragged this baby doll's face in the ground and like props my dog at the end of it, and that went super viral. And I just for some reason like I thought, oh, screw it. 3 years later I redid it, and there was a lot of comments. I was surprised, me like real ones remember the dog is back, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. How many people? And I just wanted to be like, love you guys, you're still here. You put up with the bullshit. Yeah. And that's to me because like I said, I had 1 million followers before I started doing what I was doing and taking it seriously. So to know that those people stayed, even though my content is completely different, the people that stayed, I'm like, damn, like they're like that is what you want to see. That's real audience. Yeah. And that those are the people I respect the most, are the ones that were willing to take the risk and grow with me. So shout out to those people, whoever you are.
The OGs.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch you. I mean, well, I don't know, maybe. I'm not gonna say no. Actually,
it could be a hug.
Yeah.
I'll
give you a props with like an ass grab or something. I don't know.
To each their own.
Yeah.
To each their own.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. What if an asteroid's coming down right now? What do you do?
I actually did a survival tutorial on that. There's literally no situation ever that I can think of where I haven't at least done something similar. Okay. But for the asteroid, I think I'll have to pull up the video. I think I ended up just like grabbing a nuke from North Korea and throwing it at it or something like that. But I know, yeah, I've done one where the asteroids come and I'll just summon your eagle, just fly up there and just kick it out of the way. It's not hard, guys. I did one where it was you're stuck in space, and I was like, well, Elon put a Tesla in space, so there's a Tesla up there.
Right.
So just get in the Tesla, you idiot.
Right. Yeah.
It's self-driving. It'll take you back to Earth.
Yeah,
you
accessible,
stupid.
yeah. That'd be the dumbest thing ever. If you're up there, might as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then everyone's like, oh, that's why I ended the video with, and put the Tesla back in space so the next person can use it. So it's not a one-time, be courteous. It's like when you rented a VHS from the library, rewind it, man. Nobody wants to.
Don't be that guy. You know what I mean? If you're going to use it, put it back for the next person. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So you make videos, you work with a lot of good companies, clearly, and you said that you're really just constantly always thinking about content and being creative and stuff like that. But when do you have a chance to just what do you do for fun?
I don't.
What?
And I'm not joking either. I do nothing for fun.
You don't game.
No.
Not I would just wait.
Barely.
Too much of a waste of time, right?
It's not that it's a waste of time. I still love. It's a nostalgic thing. I love my 360. I still have it, and I still play 360 games every so often. Skyrim's my favorite game of all time. I've done probably 1,000 playthroughs of that. But I'm a very. It stems back to what I was saying about being a homely person. I being away from home for too long.
Right.
So once I find something, I will listen to a song 50 times in a row if I like that song.
If you like it a lot.
Yeah, if I have video game like Skyrim, I will play it anytime, anywhere, any day, because that is my shit.
You play that made different characters and stuff
yeah,
like that?
Exactly.
Oh,
so for me, it's very hard for me to do new things. Like that, because it is, like you say, if I was to say, when you ask me, what do you do to shut down, I revert back to my childhood. And there's probably some kind of underlying trauma for the reason why that is. I don't want to look into it because then I'll have to, I've always said I was never mentally unhappy until I looked at myself. So I just kind of sweep it under the rug and keep going and outrun it in a way. But yeah, that's what I do for my downtime, is just nostalgia stuff. And I follow so many nostalgia pages on Instagram. I love that shit. And just the music, and I'll just sit there and this is nice. That's kind of what I do, but it's not very often. It's kind of 5-minute windows here and there just to chill. Okay. Showering in the dark. I do that for about an hour sometimes if I really need to shut down, because nobody's gonna bother you in the shower, right? And I don't take my devices with me, and I just sit there in the dark and just lay there and just play liminal music and just relax.
In the dark?
Yeah, complete pitch black.
Not scared someone's gonna murder you?
No. Well, I can't die.
That's true.
But yeah, I'd say that's probably my biggest shutdown, is just
shower,
liminal music in the dark shower. I know that sounds really depressing, but it's not. It's weird. It's not depressing. It's it's nice.
It's your own thing.
Yeah, it's relaxing.
Yeah, no, I can see that totally.
Yeah,
I don't know, I'd probably have a cool
a blue light,
a blue light or something chill.
Yeah, I would. I debated lining my bathroom with those strip lights.
Oh yeah.
But they're just even still I can't find any that are dim enough. It's
too bright. Yeah, too bright.
Yeah, so I don't like it.
Usually they have a little
Yeah, I try even on the lowest setting. You'd be surprised in a bathroom. Bathroom's not very big, right? Typically, unless if you're a freaking rock star or something. But so for me, my bathroom is not huge, so it lights it up. Unfortunately, but I debated maybe getting some trim along the edge, and then instead of having them stick this way, have them stick that way, so that it's just pointing up. Right. And then that way you're not getting blasted by it. But,
flashbang.
I don't know. My dream, I always laugh because I see these videos of these showers that are AI generated, and I'm like, oh fuck yes, it's orgasmic. Yeah. You'll see this line of shower. It's just a one solid line. It's this huge shower, and it's got a thing you can lay down in, and I'm like, hell yeah. My favorite shower I've ever been in was what's this hotel called? It's a Marriott. Yeah, it was a Marriott in Pittsburgh. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was so nice. It was I just laid there in the complete dark, and it had one of those full strip ones, and it's just I was in there for literally 3 hours. I'm not even shitting you. I'm I feel so bad. I'm wasting so much water. Yeah, but it's just how I shut down, and it's I want to try and figure out a way to kind of do it more sustainable, maybe outdoor or something, because that was too much. That was wild.
I'm the same way. Not many people are, but I'm a bath guy. I'll take a bath with some Epsom salt.
Yeah, no, Epsom salts are
and
nice.
that's where a lot of my ideas come from. I'm just like completely relaxed. Something about hot water.
Yeah, well, it's the water changes your core temperature faster than anything, right? But
speaking of showers nowadays, half of them don't have it. You ever been to one where it only has like half a glass door?
Yeah.
And water just gets all over the fucking water.
It pisses me off. Yeah.
It's like, what's that about?
No,
yeah, that's not okay.
I've seen that at like the hotels and shit, right?
Yeah, there was a hotel I stayed in. The shower was garbage, but the floors were heated. Oh. So I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'm putting my naked ass on that right now immediately. Yeah, so it's like, you know, you get in and like for a bath. Because baths don't, the water changes the temperature, but like when you have heated flooring, like it just stays hotter longer.
Oh shit!
Right? That was cool, but it just sucks that the shower was shit. Yeah. How are we for time?
We probably should wrap it up. Okay. That way we could get there. Yeah.
Well, what time is it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah. I need to shower. Damn it.
Yeah. So we'll be quick, but yeah, that's awesome. Anything that we really didn't touch on that you would kind of want to put out there? Anything you want to talk about?
I think we covered it all. I think we're good. Yeah. Fuck them. Figure it out yourself, you freaking useless right now. But I don't know. I'd say in this position, there is kind of like a obligation to kind of tell people, you know, like you can do it. It is if you have, like you're saying, if you have a passion for it, definitely do it. But just understand that if you're going to, it doesn't wait for, like, the world doesn't owe you anything. You know what I mean? Like, you got to go out and get it. It's not going to just happen. And I know, like, I use the example of Post Malone all the time. It's like, oh, you post that one song on SoundCloud and now you're huge. It's like, dude was posting music for 10 years. Yeah. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Right. You can't be an overnight success without having years of experience in whatever it is you're doing. So unless I'm sure there's some extreme rarities, but you're not going to be an extreme rarity statistically. You're better off putting in the work and doing what it is you want to do. It doesn't matter what you do. And I always said like my first job ever was at a butcher shop, and my boss Darren told me, he's like, I don't care what it is you do, be the best at it. He's like, make sure your station's clean. Don't stand around. You know, talk to customers nicely. Make sure your change drawer is organized. You know, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean. Like, be the best you can, because even if it's just some shitty job at a butcher's, it's giving you the tools to be equipped to take on any job and have the drive to be the best at it. And if it wasn't for that mindset when I was like 17 years old, my first ever job, then I never would be where I am today, because you're training your brain to get used to being like to grind, right? Yeah. So if like any of the young people out there like, oh, I just gotta go work at my shitty job at McDonald's, there's no such thing as a shitty job. Yeah. Like, use it to train yourself to be the best at it. Yep. So
it's good.
That's kind of my
Nobody looks at it with that mindset. So that was good.
That was really good. That was a great way to like
kind of wrap things up, because we always talk about that. That doesn't just go through. Like, we talk about social media a good bit, but that goes with starting your business. You know, wanting to be the best at a simple job as being a butcher. Yeah. You know, be the best at whatever it is and keep working. Consistency and patience. Always.
100%. All right. Well, I'll send you guys my invoice for this. And
absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. 5 figures. Yeah, thanks for having me. Honestly, I appreciate it.
I'm like, no, it's all good, man. We're not going to use the footage, man.
No. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I know we're kind of a time crunch here, and we're on a time crunch because we got to go to the weigh-ins right now. Yeah. But we appreciate you being patient with us.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you for coming on.
Awesome.
Uncle Dijon.
Dillon Johnson.
Yeah. Something like that.
Thinking pump out.
Thinking pump out.